What's up, everybody? Last break of the night, Thursday night. Got break number 727 BD. This is a case of Panini Revolutions basketball. We are kaboom hunting, guys. Kaboom hunting. All right, let's get this open. We got 5 boxes there. 5 more boxes there. Side by side them. There we go. We got 5 more boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our first 5 boxes. Good luck, everybody. Ace is up. What's up, dude? Long time. How you been, my friend? How you been? Go Spurs, says T. Edmonds. Some more penny sleeves so I don't have to stop. And let's do this. 20 boxes. Dude, I am doing great, my friend. I cannot complain one bit. Cannot complain. Things are really good right now. Work, home, the kids, everything, bud. Everything is great. You got heat for the heat. You got it, buddy. Heat for the heat. We're looking for ultra rare kaboom horizontals. All right, sounds good. I like that idea. Kaboom horizontal. Revolution, I have to admit, was probably one of my favorite sets this year. Alright, there it is. First 5 boxes. Let's rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. There we go. Looking for mega exclusive Cosmo and Storm parallels. Cosmo and Storm. Good luck, everybody. Here we go with box number 1. Box numero uno. Yeah, I do. I love this product. I really do. We got Devin Carter, rookie base. Bam Adebayo. That is LeBron James. It looks like on the groove. Does this one got a name? Nope, on the Hardwood Legacy. Cam Thomas on the Storm. Okay, that one's the Storm. There we go. Storms are not numbered. So was this other one a Storm also? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, Jacoby Walter on the Storm. Nicholas Claxton on the Storm. Stargazing of Jason Tatum. Jalen Suggs on the base card. Foil rolling. Sorry, guys. Alexander Sarr. Ryan Dunn on the rookie Storm. There is a new wave of Matas Buzelis. Jalen Johnson on the Storm. Reed Shepard on the rookie Storm. There's Magic Johnson on the Legends. Blue Cosmo. That one is number 274 out of 295. Magic Johnson. On the Vortex, Victor Wembanyama. What's up, Matt? Any Sixers out there? Sad times, but you're interested? Well, that was box number 1, so you got to see it all, my friend. Hi, John. How are you out there? You got it, buddy. You got it, Matt. All right. Try and get myself organized here. There we go. All right, box number 2. Box number 2. Alright, now we can get on it. Here we go. Darren Fox on the Storm. Steph Curry Stargazing. Dennis Rodman Legends. Donovan Mitchell Storm. Bob Carrington Rookie Storm. And we got a kaboom. And that is Alexander Sarr on the kaboom. Sarr on the kaboom. And it's a horizontal kaboom. Wow, nice hit for Washington. Very nice hit for Washington. Alright, Giannis on the Storm. Vortex of SGA. Storm of Keyshawn George. Matas Buzelis Hardwood Legacy. Miles Bridges on the Storm. That's Jimmy Butler. That is on the Cosmo 211 of 285. 211 of 285. And it's got a really nice swirl. Swirly dirly right there, man. Little one down there, too. That is KJ Simpson on the Storm. Stargazing of KD. They're beautiful cards. No, John, I'll be on Saturday, buddy. I will be on Saturday. That's 285. That one's 295. Jesus. They're going to number stuff weird. That's the only thing I see. Yeah, buddy. No problem, my friend. I got a few, just going to have a nice relaxing show, bud. Probably won't do anything big. You know. I've opened 2 boxes. 2 boxes, and we found the kaboom. Two boxes, J. Dot. That is a sick kaboom. That is a sick kaboom. No, J. Dot, I wish it was, buddy, for you. But for Washington, that's who it goes to, my friend. I know you're teasing, but I want it to be for everybody. I want everybody to win. You know that. You guys all know I want everybody to win, so. Alright, here we go. Box number 3. That is Karl Anthony Towns on the Storm. Victor Wembanyama Hardwood Legacy. Storm of R.J. Barrett. That is a Storm of Devin Carter Rookie. Giannis on the Storm. Anthony Edwards on the Stargazing. Yao Ming on the Storm. That is a new wave of Nikola Topic. Ivica Zubac on the Storm. That is Alexander Sarr on the Storm. Dr. J Storm. That is a Vortex of LeBron James. Make sure none of those were numbered. I like to double check. Dr. Gibbs, please. Oh my gosh. These packs are so like slippery, slidery. They slide all over the place. This is box number 4. Box number 4. Here we go. Box number 4. Michael Porter Jr. on the Storm. There's Tajon on the New Wave. Naz Reid on the Storm. Tim Duncan on the Legend Storm. Paul George on the Storm. Jason Tatum on the Vortex. That is Ron Holland on the Storm rookie. Shaq on the Hardwood Legacy. Chet on the Storm. Legend Dennis Rodman on the Storm. C.J. McCollum. Stargazing of Damian Lillard. Box number 5. Here we go, box number 5. Miles Turner on the Storm. That's a New Wave of Antonio Reeves. Darius Garland on the Storm. Jonathan Mogbo on the Storm rookie. That's Jamal Murray Storm Vortex of Trae Young. Kevin Garnett on the Legend Storm Hardwood Legacy of SGA. Jaren Jackson Storm. There is Salon on the Storm rookie. That is a Storm of Carmelo Anthony, and behind it is a New Wave green. Green New Wave of Alexander Sarr. That is number 3 out of 99. Green New Wave Alexander Sarr. Washington is munching a little bit. Washington is definitely munching. That's our first 5 boxes. Next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh my God. Fix this because I bumped it. There we go. I hate mega boxes. They're so much wasted space. And they're so freaking big for no reason. Ogre, is that you? Have you got the Washington Wizards? Or are you asking for a Minnesota Kaboom? You're hoping for a Minnesota one? Well, that'd be awesome if we could pull a second one in one case. That would be sick. I'd be all down for that. I would definitely be down for that. Alright, here we go. I have no idea who Mike Seidel is. No. Sorry, Wreckmaster. I'd say look it up. That's what I do when I don't know who somebody is. Alright, here we go. Box number 6. Fred VanVleet on the Storm. Jalen Brunson on the Stargazing. Jalen Williams on the Storm. Rookie Storm of Nikola Dursic. Luka on the Storm. That one is for Dallas. New Wave of Stephon Castle. That's a Deron Holmes rookie Storm. That is Reed Shepard on the Vortex. Brandon Miller on the Storm. Charles Barkley, Legends Storm. That's a nice one. That's Jared Allen on the green Cosmo. Jared Allen, 30 out of 75 on the green Cosmo. Hardwood Legend of Hakeem Olajuwon. Box number 7. Box number 7. Jordan Poole on the Cosmo. Ron Holland on the Vortex. DeMar DeRozan Storm. AJ Mitchell Storm. James Harden Storm, hardwood legacy of Kevin Durant. There's Gary Payton, that's going to OKC on the Legend Storm. LeBron James stargazing. That is Jalen Brunson Storm, Jamal Sheed Storm. Josh Giddey on the Storm. And a new wave of Bub Carrington. Box number 8. Box number 8. Here we go, box number 8. That is Ives Missy on the Storm. Kevin Garnett, KG on the Legacy. Trae Young on the Storm. Stargazing of Luka. Austin Reeves Storm. There's Rob Dillingham on the Storm. Osur Thompson on the Storm. There's a new wave of Jared McCain. John Stockton Legend Storm. Vortex of Tyrese Halliburton. That is Paolo on the Storm. Topic on the Storm. Box number 9. Box number 9, here we go. That is A.J. Johnson Storm. That's a Vortex of Dalton Connect. Jason Tatum Storm. Stephon Castle Storm. That's Zach Edey. Crispus Porzingis Storm. Reed Shepard Stargazing. Storm of Cam Spencer. Vortex of Luka. There's an auto of Adam Flagler. Adam Flagler of OKC. Not numbered. Devin Booker Storm. That is Cam Christie on the Storm. Anthony Edwards Storm. Hardwood legacy of Tim Duncan. Box number 10. Box number 10, here we go. Bradley Beal on the Storm, new wave of Devin Carter. Emmanuel Quickly, Storm. There's Harrison Ingram, Storm. Keontae George on the Storm. There's Legacy of Luka. Jonathan Mogbo, Storm. Stargazing of Ja. Kyle Kuzma. There's Dalton Connect on the Storm. Isaiah Thomas on the Legends, Storm. New wave of Tristan Da Silva. That was box number 10. First half. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. What I was doing here. It's a base card. Okay. You gotta hear the song, you gotta keep them separated. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got 10 boxes left. Here we go. All 10 boxes. So that way I can put my knife away. Here we go. Box number 11. Box number 11. Here we go. All right, box number 11, here we go. Back at it, come on. There we go. Drew Holiday on the Storm. That's Adim Bona on the Storm. Mikal Bridges. There's a new wave of Zachary Richesher. Franz Wagner on the Storm. Stephon Castle, Harwood Legacy. Dirk on the Storm. Bronny on the Stargazing. Brandon Ingram, Storm. That is Chris Middleton on the Storm. 52 out of 149. 52 of 149. Green. That is Matas Buzelis on the Storm. New wave of Dalton Connect. Interesting. They changed the color on the Storm to number it. That's awesome. Box number 12. Box number 12. Nothing in the box. What's in the box? Nothing. Nothing in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs. Box number 12, here we go. LaMelo Ball Storm. That's a stargazing Storm or Cosmo 271 out of 285 of Kevin Durant. KD for Phoenix. Clyde Drexler Storm, Vortex of Alexander Sarr. That's Kason Wallace on the Storm. Matas Buzelis on the Stargazing. Cade Cunningham on the Storm. Harrison Ingram Storm. Jalen Duran. Oso Iguodaro. That is Chris Middleton. Hardwood Legacy of Alexander Sarr. Box number 13, box number 13. All right, box 13. Jonathan Kuminga Storm, Vortex of Anthony Davis. Desmond Bain on the Storm, Dwayne Wade Legend Storm. Russell Westbrook. We got a, wow, that is sick. Look at that Cosmo of Stephon Castle. It's even got rings around the planets. That is sick. And that is 183 out of 285. 183 out of 285. Stephon Castle, Hardwood Legacy. on the Cosmo. Sick hit for San Antonio. Sick hit for San Antonio. That is Cody Williams. Anthony Edwards, Hardwood Legacy. And I went right by the Storms. David Robinson on the Storm. Jaylen Brown on the Storm. Zion Storm. Donovan Clegane Stargazing. I was just cruising right by him. Box number 14. All right, box 14. Here we go. Victor Wembanyama on the Storm. SGA Stargazing. John Collins. Kevin Garnett Storm. DeJounte Murray. That's Anthony Edwards Vortex. 400 Panini points. Yay. Unreal. Carmelo Anthony. New wave of Jalen Wells. That is Salon on the Storm. Dirk on the Legacy. Derek White. CJ McCollum. That's on the Cosmo. CJ McCollum on the Cosmo. 10 out of 285. 10 out of 285. Nice swirl right there in the middle. Nice swirly whirl. What are they? Pokemon cards now all of a sudden? They're making swirls on the cards and shit. They've been hanging out with the Pokemon people. I think it's cool, but definitely interesting. Well, 400 points is better than the last one where we only had 150 points. Box number 15. Box number 15. Here we go. All right, box number 15, box number 15. 15, here we go. Come on, focus. Thank you. Lauri Markkanen Storm. There's Bobby Klintman Storm. SGA on the Storm. New wave of Kyle Filipowski. Devin Vassell. That is a Vortex of Giannis. Vortex of Giannis. That is nice. That is Jared McCain on the Cosmo. Jared McCain on the Cosmo. That one is numbered 279 of 295. Stargazing Rob Dillingham. R.J. Barrett, the foils on the Raptors, one base card. That is Zach LaVine. Shaq going to Orlando on the Storm. They got Khalil Ware, Storm, new wave of Kyle Filipowski. This one is numbered. That one is numbered 207 out of 285. 207 of 285. Box number 16. Joel Embiid, Storm, Vortex, Stephon Castle. Kobe White, Allen Iverson, Storm. Tyler Hero, Storm, Dwayne Wade, Legacy. That is Jacoby Walter, Storm. New wave of Donovan Clegane. That is Adim Bona. That is on the Storm, 52 of 149. Maxey on the Stargazing. DeAndre Ayton, Isaiah Collier. Box number 17. Box number 17. All right, box number 17. Here we go. Bogdanovich, Storm. Joker on the Legacy. Steph Curry, Tim Duncan on the Storm. Anthony Davis, Alexander Sarr is stargazing. That's Ron Holland. New wave of Tyler Kolek. That is Jonathan Mogbo. Vortex of Bub Carrington. Damian Lillard. Dennis Rodman legend. Box number 18. We're going to random them off to every team at the end of the break. I throw them away because they're useless. Exactly. Well, the last basketball break, they were useless. 150 points. Jesus Christ. Can't even sneeze for 150 points. So, all right, here we go. Box number 18. Jimmy Butler. Vortex of Joker. Hallie. There's Ryan Dunn on the Storm. Sabonis, Hollywood Legacy of Larry Bird. There is Reed Shepherd, Storm, Trae Young, Stargazing. Keldon Johnson, Storm. That's R.J. Barrett on the Cosmo. That is a Cosmo 203 out of 285. 203 out of 285 for the Raptors. That is Devin Carter. That is Jason Tatum on the Vortex. Nice Vortex. That one is 9 of 99 on the green. Color match. 9 of 99. Box number 19. All right, box number 19. There's Sengun on the Storm. New wave of Reed Shepherd. Draymond Green, Yao Ming, Storm. Nikola Vukovic, Storm. Vortex of Ja Morant. That is Alexander Sarr on the Storm. Legacy of Jason Tatum. Klay Thompson, Julius Irving, Dr. J. Jared Allen, New Wave of Zach Edey. That it looks like it's a... that one numbered? Nope. Just a regular New Wave. Last box. Box number 20. Here we go, my friends. Box number 20. Little damage there on the Clippers. Carmelo Anthony on the Green Legends. Green Legends Cosmo. That is 71 of 75. 71 of 75. Why are these numbers so weird on these cards? That's a Vortex of Kevin Durant, excuse me. The Glide's favorite fan. What's up, buddy? What do you need, my friend? What can I do for you, buddy? Julius Randle. That is KJ Simpson on the Storm. 1 of 1 Legend Drexler. You got it, buddy. Let's try. The Nets. We got a little damage there on a base card. Keyshawn George Storm. New Wave of Cody Williams. AJ Johnson. Kyrie Irving on the Storm. Victor Wembanyama on the Stargazing. Yeah, you know what? That's what they always do with Revolutions, my friend. Revolutions always seems to have, like, the best legends in it. I like Revolution. It's one of my favorite sets. That is Anthony Simons, Storm. Reed Shepherd, Legacy. One pack to go. Another. This one's going to Orlando. Joker on the Storm. That's Bub Carrington on the Storm. And that is it, my friend. No Terrence Shannon in this at all. I have no idea. You know, honestly, I wasn't looking for him either. So... Alright, give me a minute here to set up the randomizer. We get everything else out of the way. It's funny, I just did a basketball randomizer for points, so I kind of have it already halfway set up. All right. All set for 400 points. YouTube, eBay, you're coming with me. We're going to go over here. All right, we're going to switch this over. There we go. So YouTube should be on the same as eBay. They're all 30 teams right there. All 30. We're going to roll the dice, 5 or higher. It is a 5. We're going to go back here. We're going to randomize 5 times. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. We're going to the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets. We got 5 times on the randomizer. Houston Rockets getting the 400 Panini points. Put this back. eBay, you're coming back with me. There we go. So that was the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets on the 400 Panini points. Houston. There you go, Houston. Let's get our recap in. All right, here we go. Our hardwood legacies. There we go. All right, we got Reed Shepherd, Jason Tatum, Larry Bird, Joker, Dwayne Wade, Dirk, Ant-Man, Alexander Sarr, Stephon Castle, LeBron, Matas, Victor Wembanyama, Shaq, Shai, Hakeem, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Luka. Our stargazing. We got Victor Wembanyama, Trae Young, Alexander Sarr, Tyrese, Rob Dillingham, SGA, Donovan Clegan. We got Matas, Bronny, Jason Tatum, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Damian Lillard, Jalen Brunson, LeBron James, Luka, Reed Shepherd, and Ja Morant. Our new wave. Cody Williams, Zach Edey, Reed Shepherd, Tyler Kolek, Donovan Clegan, Kyle Filipowski, Jalen Wells, Dalton Connect, Zachary Richasher, Matas Buzelis, Nikola Topic, Tijan Salan, Antonio Reeves, Stephon Castle, Bob Carrington, Jared McCain, Devin Carter, and Tristan De Silva. On the Vortex, we have KD, John Moran, Nikola the Joker, Bob Carrington, Stephon Castle, Giannis, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, Alexander Sarr, Victor Wembanyama, SGA, LeBron, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, Reed Shepherd, Ron Holland, Tyrese Halliburton, Dalton Connect, and Luka. Our numbered cards to 295, we have Jared McCain and Magic Johnson on the Cosmos. On the Cosmos to 285, R.J. Barrett, Kyle Filipowski, C.J. McCollum, Stephon Castle, Kevin Durant, and Jimmy Butler. These are green. These are Storms green. These are to 149, Adambona and Chris Middleton. On the Vortex, green to 99, the green shimmer, Jason Tatum, Jared Allen on the Storm. Or on the Cosmo to 75. We got Alexander Sarr. Sorry, that's to 99. These two are to 75. Cosmos to 75. Carmelo Anthony and Jared Allen. We had one auto that went to Adam Flagler and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We had 400 Panini points going to the Houston Rockets. And our Kaboom went to Alexander Sarr and the Washington Wizards on the horizontal Kaboom. there's your break, my friends. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope to see y'all next time. We should be running this back sometime either Sunday or next week. Sunday or next week. You guys have a great night. I'll see you next time. Peace.